just want to make sure we are streaming.
Yeah,
We
you
are.
are
So what
streaming.
is going on, guys? Welcome to episode 2 of the BORA Speed Report. Yep, there's a stream on my phone. I'm here with Select and Nick, as always.
How's everyone doing on this fine night?
It says live stream
What's up?
offline. Is the stream working for you guys?
I
I'll
haven't
check.
seen anything come up yet.
I got the notification. Let me see if it's loading. It does say live stream offline.
Stream 35 seconds ago. Stream is offline. Yes.
Alright. Keeping an eye on it this time. I apologize if it works this time and you are watching it in video form. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties. Never tried streaming like this before.
Oh, I can hear you. You're good.
Oh, yes, it's live now. Thank God. All right, so what is going on, guys? Welcome to episode 2 of the BORA Speed Report. Let me try putting it in full screen and see if that kills the stream, because it killed it last time.
It's looking good.
Nope, you're good.
All
You're
right.
good.
What is going on, guys? Welcome to episode 2 of the BORA Speed Report. We are live streaming this. It's pretty late at night right now, so it's not going to break my heart if no one watches. But in this episode of the podcast, we're only going to be discussing the most recent seasons of the Traxxas Truck Series and FedEx Amateur Series. We'll do the Premier Series tomorrow at a much better time, probably like, I don't know, 8 o'clock at night, I'd say. Central, Eastern, doesn't even matter really. But oh God, I just exited out. We're going to be showing, or I guess unveiling, I don't even know what the word would be, the full points from the Traxxas Truck Series and FedEx Amateur Series. We couldn't do that in the last episode because I edited them at like 2 a.m. But we're going to do that today. If you're wondering what the background, I'm really bad at this, man. I haven't streamed so long. It's like nervous. If you're wondering what the background gameplay is, Select is doing just a random race on NR. According to the results, it's pretty unrealistic.
Definitely. We're at Texas and a mix of 2017 to 2018 for Xfinity.
All right, and if anyone in here wants to just jump on or jump into the stream, talk about the amateur and truck series once we actually get started, feel free. Just message us in our new Discord server, which is nice and fancy. Thanks, Jay. We'll get started right away. We're just gonna give it a couple more minutes. If you're watching this as video form, just skip ahead if you want. I don't know. We might interact with the chat if anyone wants to chat it up a little bit, real quick. We'll probably get started in like 2 minutes, talking about everything. Let everything settle down for a couple seconds. If you do message us in Discord though, or on Discord, or even on Twitter or anything, let me know in the chat, because I have all the notifications muted because, well, I just don't know.
Random noises. They're the only one to pop it up during things.
Oh my God. All right. So we do have 6 viewers right now, which is actually surprising considering.
6? Bro.
I know it's a new record.
The heck?
I'm not even watching, so it's...
Oh, Mr. Brad Stover's in chat. How's it going? Yeah, we're gonna get started talking about trucks and amateur in about a minute. Just let everything settle down. Probably once his race hits like lap 7 or 8. But once again, as I still see people joining the stream, we're up to 7 now, which is awesome. None of our other streams ever get this many. That's crazy. But we're going to start talking about the amateur and trucks past season. We're going to show the points. We're going to just talk about the seasons as a whole from Daytona to Homestead. Not every race. We're not going to go in depth. Just talk about, stuff. Yeah, you can have Discord. Hey, Select or Nick, can one of you, or probably Nick, can you put the BORA Discord link in the chat?
Yeah, give me a minute.
I'll also make you a moderator. I would make Select one as well, but I don't think he is currently moderating. But yeah, we're gonna talk about the seasons. Maybe predictions for next season. I don't know if we're gonna go in depth. While I work 8 to 5 in a body shop, and for the past 2 days from like 9 to like 11, we've just been texting nonstop about next season of BORA. We have a lot of stuff coming. The teams itself and like the amateur series like team lineup, you won't even recognize it. It's gonna be like a whole new series. It's awesome. You agree, Select?
Complete overhaul we were going through.
A
Want to
lot
make it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Want to make it kind of different and more exciting. Something we noticed is that views are down because it was kind of just copy and paste with a little bit different teams. So, kind of change things up.
I see the stream is kind of laggy. I've been adjusting the OBS settings. I'm not real.
Stream looks fine.
Oh, on my end it's a little laggy. But if it is laggy, I apologize. This is my first time using OBS, so I don't know if the audio's okay. Can anyone in the chat let me know if the audio is fine? If you can hear all three of us. We might kind of get into the quote unquote 2019 amateur stuff because we're not running trucks next season. And we're going to talk about a couple other things. We'll probably do that in like 10 seconds because it's been a lot longer than I said. Or since I... Whatever. Oh, man. It's being on cold in my room. Kind of nervous right now just because I want everything to be perfect. So this is it's crazy.
Brisa. Can you make me mad?
You have to type in chat.
Okay.
Thanks for that, by the way.
I know.
How do I do this on my phone? Oh, I can right there. Add moderator. Alright, you're now moderator for the channel. Alright, now let's get into it. We're not going to show the official points just yet. I'm going to make you guys wait for that. There's the Discord link in the chat, so anyone can feel free to join. We're not actually talking in that chat right now. We might switch over in a little bit. I'm not real sure. This is probably going to be a pretty long stream. I know it is currently like 11 something, like 11:04 Central Time. Oh, we got Amy in the chat. It's past midnight Eastern Time on a Thursday, but you know, rebels out here. So
Kind of planned on this being more of a video, but just decided to live stream it.
yeah, this is episode 2 of the podcast. So podcast people, I will put it in the actual comments of the video. You guys have already seen that comment hopefully by now, but you want to skip. I'm not going to say that, but in the actual video, I'm going to put it to where they can skip to right here. I don't know what time this is. But let's get into it. Let's start talking with trucks. All the way back when the season started, we had it in like February, like 10th or something like that. A really long season. I think it's a pretty good season for the last season of trucks. Man, who even won Daytona? I feel like I should know that.
For trucks?
Yeah.
I can't remember. It's been
8 months. That was like 74 BORA races ago. Ooh, big one. But
Wow, that's a
so
lot.
long. Let's just jump straight into the points. Actually, you're gonna see the Discord chat we are in. Oh well. There they are. Otto Velmont winning the. Oh, Wolfgang Scholz won. He swept Daytona. What am I talking about? He got second in points. He made the final 4. Otto Velmont won the championship by 15 points. Then you got Jason Larker, who got 3rd. Tommy Kesey 4th for Thorsport. Not a good day race at Homestead. Kind of caused the big one. Ended the race under caution. If you will notice that from 5th all the way down to 16th, it's only 2,000 points back. That's because they made the chase, but they got eliminated, and so they just went back to like the basics. But they were still in the chase. So if you got eliminated in round 1, you could have still potentially finished 5th in points. Obviously, that didn't happen. David Stray got eliminated in the round of 8, and he held on to get 5th in points. From 17th on back to 51st, those are the guys who didn't make the chase, and because we didn't want non-chasers to pass guys who did make the chase, they didn't get a boost in points. So Cody Duncan, first out of like the basically non-chasers with 645 points, only 5,395 points out there. If there's just a couple more races, he probably could have had them. He got 17th. Last year's champion Xavier Irons got 18th, Williamstone 19th. Your official top 10 in points though was a strong Otto Velmont first. You got Wolfgang Scholz, Jason Larker, Tommy Kesey, David Shirt running out your top 5. And you got Landon Finway, Keith Stevens, Ryan Spangler, Tammy Durek, and Cynthia Bright rounding out your top 10. Now, spoiler alert, Keith Stevens, who got 7th, did win the Amateur Series Championship as well. So, both with Red Bull, actually. So he's got a guaranteed ride in the Premier Series with Red Bull. Let's talk about the guaranteed rides real quick. Excuse me. Damn. Before we get into that, Nick, select anything you guys want to mention about the truck points and all that?
I guess really the biggest surprise is David Strait not making the Final Four, but other than that, nah, it's pretty about what I expected.
Mm-hmm.
And nothing from me.
All right, let's get on to the guaranteed rides for the Premier Series Season 7, just from the truck drivers. Otto Belmont, the Truck Series Season 3 champion, possibly the last Traxxas Truck Series champion, at least for the time being. We're not doing a season of trucks next season. He's got a guaranteed ride, and he's helping Red Horse Racing debut in the Premier Series. That's exciting. He's going to be alongside his Truck Series teammate Jason Larker, who got third. They both got Premier Series rides. I don't think we know the numbers yet. I think we do, but we're not going to say it yet just in case things change. Wolfgang Scholz is bringing Nimco up to the Premier Series. Tommy Kesey's bringing ThorSport, and David Straight's going to join the
RCR camp.
Yeah, but the like dramatically different RCR camp. A couple drivers have left. Well, not really left. Kind of got forced out. Not really forced out either. Just like replaced by the younger talent. They basically got JGR'd. Landon Finway, Keith Stevens, Ryan Spangler, Tammy Dirk, and Cynthia Bright, Justin Flood, and Carter Friesen. All got, well, okay, Landon Finway and Keith Stevens are using their amateur series guaranteed rides in the Premier Series because they finished top 10 in points there. Trucks was top 5. 6th through 10th were guaranteed rides for the amateur series, but since Stevens and Finway finished top 10 in points in amateur, they already had guaranteed rides, so we're going to give Justin Flood and Carter Friesen the two next in line. The two next two in line, amateur series guaranteed rides. So that's if they want them. You don't have to take your guaranteed ride, but you will have to get a ride through signups, which those tend to go pretty fast, especially now that we only have two series. So, and by the way, guys, feel free to interrupt me anytime you have something to throw in.
Oh yeah. We were debating whether or not just keep it 3, but then we decided we can extend it to Justin Flood, Carter Friesen, get them extra rides in there. Plus, we wanted to kind of bring up a couple truck teams as well. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we basically merged the trucks and amateur series together. So the amateur series guaranteed rides for next season begins with Ryan Spangler in 8th. If he wants it, will be in the 33 for Kevin Harvick Incorporated. Tammy Dirk in the 19 will be in the Team Penske or Brad Keselowski Racing Camp. It's the same thing. I don't even know what name. I think we're on Brad Keselowski Racing. She'll be in one of their cars. I don't really know the number yet. We haven't really worked that part out. Cynthia Bright as well is going to be over in the Kevin Harvick Incorporated camp. Oh, or is it RCR? What did we decide on?
I think that one was RCR.
Yeah, that is RCR. Okay, so she'll be in one of the RCR cars. Don't really know the number yet. Justin Flood will be moving up to the... Oh, sorry about that. Oh, damn. Yeah, I mean, there will be an announcement later, maybe. I'm not quite sure yet. I think we might wait for the next one, the next stream for that, if that's what I'm thinking of. Justin Flood will be moving up to the Roush Amateur Series ride, I think number 60, but once again, not real sure. And Carter Friesen is going to be moving up to ThorSport, who is expanding from 1 car to 2 in amateur. Or, I'm not really sure. I don't even know if we've worked out that for amateur yet. I don't know. Anyways. So, basically everyone else, Sam Dodge, Lucas Tomczyk, Robert Stone, Marcus Sacchi, all the way to Evan Rudd in 51st. They're eligible for Premier. They're eligible for Amateur. That was a weird accent. They're eligible for both series, but they don't have a guarantee for any. I want to throw this in really quickly, because I guess I keep saying I'm a lot. I'm sorry. Last season, or I guess this season, whenever we did signups, we did Premier first, because you couldn't run both series, or you couldn't run Premier and trucks and amateur, but you could run trucks and amateur and not Premier.
No.
We wanted to separate the top drivers from the up and coming. We're doing that again. You can't run amateur and Premier, but we're not gonna do. But we're gonna do Premier first again. But there's not gonna be nearly as many rides available this season, so the chances of you getting kind of sent down to amateur are pretty good. There's 26 guaranteed rides. I think we're going to allow 50 cars.
27.
27.
Jay?
Oh, yeah. Okay, 27 guaranteed rides out of 50. So we're doing LCQs again. We're going to stream the LCQs. Hopefully we have the streaming stuff figured out by then. I was reading chat. So there's going to be 50 cars. 27 are guaranteed. That's over half. That means there's going to be 23 cars left for signups. And honestly, I would not be shocked if that's gone in 5 minutes. I think that might be being generous because last season, the first, 40 cars were gone in like around 5 minutes, and like the last couple took a couple more minutes to go through, just because by then everyone's already signed up, so you're just waiting on people just to kind of fill those spots. But there'll only be 23 cars, up to 4 cars per user. That's if you have a guaranteed ride, that means you can only sign up for 3 more because you only have 4 cars max. That 3 cars per user, 23 cars, 8 people signing up, the series is full. Luckily, there's limits on who can sign up. You have to have run a season of BORA before in any of the series, so that kind of limits it. But most people that are going to sign up have done that. They just might not have 4 names to use. So there's that. That's the thing I want to throw in. I don't even know where I was going with that, but that is the truck points. Nick, you've been really quiet. What's up? How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Okay.
Just letting you go. I just don't need to interrupt you. You're on tangents every single way, so I'll just do your thing.
Well, if y'all don't have anything else to mention for the truck series part, we can move on to amateur.
I guess the only thing I can mention is potentially bring it back myself at some point. It depends on how much time I have, but that could be a possibility in the future. Distant future. Definitely not this upcoming season.
Yeah. I feel the same way. I just doing trucks along with amateur and premier, it kind of felt weird because obviously more people are going to watch Premier Series races. That's how it is in real life. That's how it is in this. I'm not real sure why, to be honest. I'm not sure why that worked out that way. We even have people that weren't in the series that were only watching Premier, but they weren't watching the other series, which is really interesting.
I'd say the only reason why more people would watch Premiere is because there's less cars, or just on average, less cars per user. Think about it. It's a lot. It was 16 guaranteed rides, so possible that some extra people got in that didn't. And then when you look at amateurs, probably most of those teams went along with mostly 4 to 3 car per user people, so possible.
Makes sense. All right. So if you don't have anything else to mention, we will just move to the amateur series stuff.
Nope. I think I'm good.
So this is probably one of the last times we're going to talk about the Truck Series Season 3, like, in, like, a platform like this or in a way like this. So I want to quickly congratulate Auto Belmont one last time. Then let's move on to the Amateur Series stuff. Let's check out your racer, see what's going on. I have 30 at 67. Under caution. Interesting. Just thinking OBS loves delay plus frame limiting. Just an FYI. I'll be honest, if I have no idea what that means.
This is your first time using it, so.
Is it? Chat. How's the stream? How's it sound? I can see on my phone that it's pretty laggy. I gotta adjust the settings. But someone please let me know how the stream is as a whole. And then we can kind of get into the amateur series stuff. I'm not going to change anything on stream. We're just going to have to deal with it this time. But hopefully in the Premier Series stream tomorrow, it'll be a lot better. I'll kind of not really know what I'm doing, but I'll change some stuff for better or for worse. Ooh, Auto Belmont. There he is. Congrats on your championship, bro. But, wow. We let this update or catch up. We're going to move on to the FedEx Amateur Series Season 4. And if you see the logo on the bottom right, that is thanks to Mr. Jay Jefferson himself.
Big thanks to Jay, by the way. Helping us out a decent amount.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot better than I could do. as you saw from the
So the
past 4
Discord
seasons.
server gave us 2 pretty snazzy logos.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he made the Discord server as well. Well, we will show off the Discord server in a little bit towards the end of the episode after we talk about all the stuff we're talking about. But the Amateur Series Season 4. You see Keith Stevens winning the championship for Red Bull, and then a pair of Penske drivers, Glenn Dewitt and Landon Finway, getting second and third, and then Gustav Odenberg. I know Samet is going to be really happy about that. He should be waking up any time now, so maybe he'll join the stream whenever it's starting towards the end, because, he is from Europe and all that. But Gustav Odenberg finishing 4th out of the final 4 drivers, and then rounding out your top 10 in points, you have Kyle Mess. And you got Caitlin Wilhelm, your Daytona winner from the Amateur Series, and she also won another race in the Chase, I believe Iowa. Then you got Richard Sweet, David Cervantes, Damian Stone, who absolutely dominated the season. 5 wins this season, 4 wins this season, something like that. He got 9th in points. He was a favorite to win the championship by far. And then you got Ty Morrow.
He stalled out a lot in playoffs.
Yeah.
Killed his hopes.
I guess we can also talk about the other chase drivers real quick. You got Daniel Williams. Oh, we forgot Wilhelm Schultz. Wilhelm Schultz got 10th. Ty Morrow got 11th. Daniel Williams got 12th. Stacy Wilhelm 13th. Steve Mullins 14th. Hayden Meadows 15th. Wies von Schmidt and 16th. And Madison Tell 17th. Everything else, is really not surprising. Maybe for some of, the underfunded teams, I don't know, 17 cars made the chase, so Pretty Shaw being basically 5th in points of the non-chasers, getting 22nd in a lonesome Pontiac. Maybe that's not surprising, because the 44 did make the playoffs and led a lot of the standings last season throughout the regular season, but Pretty Shaw really didn't run as well as Andy Brown did last year with the new rating system. So 22nd in points, realistically 36 out of 18th. That's pretty cool. Forest Winners 25th for Red Horse. Marcus Stachy 28th for Kesey Motorsports. Everything about it this season, just a lot of it's surprising, a lot of it's not. I want to quickly mention Kenneth Graves, who was in that vicious crash in North Wilkesboro, got 46th in points with 158 points. Keegan Alsop, who was his replacement, who ran one last race. Kenneth ran 8, and Keegan ran 7. Keegan only finished 40th in points, 2 spots back, but only had 6 less points. So really overperforming in that 02. That Kenneth was really underperforming, I don't know. JGR as a whole didn't do that well. Mario Ramos got 34th. Dakota Owens got 42nd, and then Kenneth 46th, Keegan 48th.
JGR has been a little disappointing this year. Definitely not a season they want to remember. Both Cup Premier and Amateur.
Damn, Smet, I'm sorry, man. I didn't realize I put Glenn Dewitt as driver 33. Yeah, this is custom. My bad. But welcome to the stream. Nothing gets by you, man. I'm sorry. Of the one person disrespect by doing that, it had to be Smet. I apologize. Hopefully I spelled Dylan Abrahamian right. I don't think I did that either. But
Well, hard name to say.
it's a hard name to say. It's a hard name to spell. So if y'all hear noise in the background, my roommate just got home from work at 11:30 p.m. He's probably going to come banging on my door. We Gucci. All right. So, man, I kind of want to talk about some Amateur Series Season 5 stuff, but I don't. Nothing's really set in stone. It's day 1 of the offseason. Anything can change. Everything's likely to change. But we have a lot of changes coming. Amateur season. Go ahead.
We have a baseline of a roster at the moment, but it's subject to change because we have, 2 months we're talking about taking off for now?
Yeah, I'm planning on having signups last weekend in November, first weekend in December.
And if you guys want, anyone here can make their own team. And so that roster can definitely be a little flexible. So it's an outline at the moment. If there's anyone who wants to make their own teams, maybe guarantee themselves a ride and not have to potentially think, oh, I might miss signups. You can do it that way. But I guess we have kind of an idea of what the roster will be, but it can change pretty quickly if we get a couple new teams from some of you guys.
Yeah, it's actually really cool. Let's actually talk about that real quick. If you're not following us on Twitter, I bring up the Twitter a lot, but I know people don't really like plugs like that. But it is important. I tweeted a lot of stuff at work today. If my boss knew, I probably would have got fired. I did more stuff for BORA today at work than I did actually at work, and that's not even a lie. If you guys knew how much we were talking the past couple days, I know I talked this early on, but it was a lot. But once again, we're tweeting a lot, so go follow us on Twitter at bros, capital ORA. There's a link in the description, hopefully. Damien, say hi.
Hey guys, what's up?
Okay, my roommate's here. All right. We tweeted a couple hours ago. If you want to own a team, like some Select just said, if you want to own a team, just message us either on the BORA Discord, on Twitter, on Instagram. We have a lot of social media, even on YouTube. Message us on YouTube if you can even still do that. Just message us, like we can, I guess, talk about what numbers are available, what sponsor. We don't want like you to use like Lowe's or M&M, something that's like already taken. We want it to be kind of realistic. Sponsors don't typically sponsor multiple different teams. But the thing is, we won't paint your cars. I mean, maybe Select will if you pay them or something, but I personally will not. I don't have the time. That we do have a couple awesome subscribers who maybe will if you are nice to them. I don't know, but I'm not your guy. I'm not talented enough to do it anyways. So that's important to know. I mean, you can run a crappy paint scheme. We saw Casey Motorsports do that this year.
Very bad.
But
And they're getting a big overhaul this offseason.
all right, Damien's like standing behind me, just making me kind of nervous. All right. So if you want to run, you can run a solid black scheme if you want, like number whatever's available. That's fine. The benefits for owning a team, like Select said, you essentially get a guaranteed ride, but you're going to be a major back marker, which isn't bad. We saw Black Flag Autosport and Acres Racing, with lowest ratings possible, make the chase this season in Premier. They got eliminated in the first round, but that's fine. So their ratings will be way higher this season. So you're going to be a back marker. You could do well. You could do bad. We saw that happen as well. With more times than not, it happened. Or if you own a team, you could just wait till signups, and if people are trying to sign up for a car, you can tell me to put your car in the sign up video, and if they sign up for it, you can be like, hey, yeah, I'll choose that guy. You have full control. You could have 4 people choose or ask to sign up for your car, and you could wait to the last one who asks, and you could pick them. It's not first come, first serve. You're in control. You can fire your driver if you want, but I don't know if I would recommend that because you probably won't make the playoffs or the chase.
And you probably piss off someone along the way.
That's showbiz, baby. So that's basically all there is about the owning the teams part. I had something else I was going to mention, so if someone else wants to take over, I'll try remembering.
We are talking about owning teams right now. So Nick, will be owning a team under Nick Ventura Racing next year in amateur. I will be running 2 cars, the 16 and the 91 so far, not confirmed. But that'll be going up on normal signups, and I'll choose. If anyone signs up, I'll choose. Go through the drivers and choose. So look for that on signup day.
Yeah, it's. I don't know if he mentioned it because I was reading chat, but he is gonna be running Chevy. I know a lot of people only want to drive for a certain manufacturer, so he'll be in Chevy. I actually completely forgot about that. Were you just waiting for that for me to just like stop talking?
I think he took the opportunity.
And Amy actually said ask her on the Discord for information. So there's that. But that is the points. Let's take one final look at the points. We already mentioned who was in the chase. Honestly, a lot of teams did really bad compared to their Premier Series and Truck Series counterparts. Like RCR didn't even make the Final Four. Their highest finisher was 5th with Kyle Mess. Then you had Richard Sweet 7th, David Cervantes 8th, Damian Stone 9th. Is that all of them? Yeah, I think that's all of them. Kevin Harvick Incorporated getting 4th and 12th. That's so much better than they run in Premier Series. Roush. Damien's peeking over my shoulder. Roush got 15th, 16th, and 21st, which I can't tell if that's better than they do in Premier. Like, it definitely is. But
They had a
Most
couple
of them were
cars.
out of the LCQ, so they're like top 35 in points, which is a lot better than Premier.
They had a couple cars in LCQ in Premier, right?
Yeah, they had Philip John in the 17 and Rebecca Tyler in the 06. The only one who wasn't was Joe Jefferson in the 06. Oh, and something really important to mention. This isn't going to change. Like, there's no way I'm changing it. There's probably like a 95% chance I'm not changing this because anything is subject to change, but this probably will not. In amateur and premier, I know this isn't the premier stream. We'll probably mention this tomorrow anyways, but in both series, there's going to be no chase. And the reason for that is if there was no chase, Damian Stone would have finished top 3 in points. Glenn Dewitt would have got Glenn Dewitt would have won, and Keith Stevens would have got second. So it just kind of, I really don't like the knockout format. I like watching it, but doing it in BORA, I really don't like the knockout format.
When you have the choice, you'd rather not have it, which I understand. It's some of those guys kind of get screwed. They probably should have been in the Final Four.
Yeah, like in trucks, David Strait definitely should have. Just a bad round. He like got wrecked in all 3 races, but he had consistently the best. He would have won the championship by like 50 points if there was no knockout format. So there's gonna be no chase, not even like a 12 car 10 race chase, none of that. No chase, and both seasons are limited from 25 races down to 20. Just because we only did 25, so that way there'd be a long regular season and a 10 race chase. But there's 20 races, no chase. That's plenty of time for people to shine. Plenty of time to make a comeback if needed. Yeah, Brad, you did not have a good season. Oh, this is important. I don't remember if we brought that. We kind of mentioned it, but a lot of the Truck Series teams, since the Truck Series is shutting down, a lot of the I confused myself. A lot of the Truck Series teams are moving over to the Amateur Series teams, even if they didn't have guaranteed rides. So with JGR moving over to Pontiac, KBM is going to be taking their spot for Toyota. So that's going to be exciting. KBM moving up to the Amateur Series next season. So, like, feel free to bring up any other team that's moving up because I'm drawing blanks right now.
Well, Torchsport's already up. We do Nemco? I don't think so, right?
Yeah, no, Nimco's moving up to Amateur as well.
Okay. Trying to go over teams. Red Horse is already up, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm. All right. While you think about that, I want to quickly mention as well. We're kind of done with the last seasons or this past season stuff. We're kind of moving over to talking about the upcoming seasons. So please keep thinking about that because that is important. But what we're doing in Amateur Series Season 5, we're getting rid of like duplicate teams, so to speak. So Hendrick Motorsports, if you're a Hendrick fan, you're probably not gonna like this. Hendrick Motorsports will not have an Amateur Series team next year. So no 24 car, no 48, no 84. They're going to be using Junior Motorsports as their Amateur Series program, just like real life. So they'll have the 5, the 7, and the 9. That's confirmed. That's basically how the season was. That's exactly how the season was. Just no 88. And there's also going to be, for teams, not for people signing up. People signing up, you can sign up 4 cars per user, just like every other season we've ever done. But for teams, because we have so many new teams coming, we've limited the Amateur Series teams. So like, if it's a really good team, like Junior Motorsports, or JGR, or like Roush, or any other team like that, the most amount of cars any team can have is 3. If you are a new team to the series, the most you can have is 2. If you ran really badly this season and you had 3, you're going to get cut down to 2. If you ran like super bad, you're getting cut down to 1. Or if you got kind of cut down in Premier, you might gain a team even if you don't really deserve it in Amateur, just to kind of make up for it. So
MWR might be one of those teams that not in Cup or not going to be in Premier next season.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
They might gain an extra car. They only had 1 this season.
Then that 1 got 11th in points.
Yeah.
Like looking at the points right now, the thing that immediately catches my eye is I know we're not doing a Premier Series stream right now, but we have to keep talking about it. In Premier, this is literally official, confirmed. Seal it up right now. Chip Ganassi Racing is going from a 2-car operation to 1 because 1 car was like top 13 points. Thibaut Cladel on the 42. Bafut Sacco was in the LCQ like all season. He made a lot of races. He didn't make a lot of races. So the 41 is getting dropped. No. The 42 is getting dropped. We're just moving into the 41 car because of what's happening in amateur. So that means in amateur, it's still gonna be 2 cars. Which I bring that up because looking at the points, Ryan King in the 41 got last in points. Al Hunter in the 42 got second to last, or third to last, I guess. He got 47th and 49th. They're staying 2 cars even though they run really bad because the Premier Series team got cut, and I don't want to cut both because they need a chance to rebuild. So that's important to note right there. So anything else you'd like to add about that before we can move on to the next subject?
Yeah. Well, also to make the amateur series kind of feel a little more special, the numbers for teams will be a little different. Even if you are the same team, like in terms of Penske and Brad Keselowski Racing, those are going to be same team basically, but it's BKR, so they would just kind of have different numbers by default. But for teams like Roush, they might run the 6, 17, and 16 in Cup, but then they'll run the 06, 60, and 99 in amateur or something like that. Not confirmed, but just kind of giving
numbers are even close being confirmed.
No, not even close. But just kind of throwing that out there is those teams will have some different numbers, kind of make it feel a little bit more special in a way, just instead of running the same numbers over and over again.
Exactly, yeah. I can go ahead and confirm what numbers Roush are running in Premier and Amateur if you were wondering, because that was one of the only teams I really had confirmed, because that's one of the teams that made me want to like split it up, make it special. Because the way I see it, if Roush in Premier is running, and these aren't the numbers we're using, it's just numbers this past season. They ran the 06, the 16, and the 17, okay? What did they run in Amateur? Well, they ran the 06, the 16, the 17, and the 60. So literally the same numbers. Ryan Winters was the only new number, the 60. So what we're doing is, this is 100% confirmed. I'll take it with me to my death, or whatever it's called. In Premier, Roush is going to have the the 6 and the 16. They have 6 and 16. In Amateur, they're gonna have the 06 and the 6D. So I also like when teams stick with like a theme. Like in real life, Penske is 2, 12, 22, and then you have the 21 kind of off to the side. I like when teams do that. So Roush is gonna stick with a 6 theme. So like 06, 60, and then 6 and 16. I like when that happens. So that's like a little weird OCD fact about me. Those are the numbers Roush is going to have next season, and obviously with the way guaranteed rides, what's up with guaranteed rides? We talked about that for trucks, not amateur. But the way the guaranteed rides work, some of those cars are already filled well before the season starts, well before signups happen. But moving on to the amateur series, guaranteed rides for both Premier and Amateur series. The thing we're doing here is top 5 and amateur points get a guaranteed ride for the Premier series, and then 6th through 10th get a guaranteed ride in the Amateur series. With their same team. So Keith Stevens, if you want it, I don't imagine he wouldn't want it. You have a guaranteed ride with Red Bull in the Premier Series and the number 82, one of the best teams next season. They are going to be like they're going to be the best Toyota team. I think they're going to be out of like 100 or 84 to 100 rating. I think they're going to be like a 98 overall team. Is that right, Select? They're the 98 or 96.
I think they're 96. That's what we settled on.
Yeah, because and the reason I wanted that, like, well, I mean, they won the Amateur Series chase. They had 2 cars in the Premier Series playoffs. They also had 1 car that was below the top 35 in points. Yes, that car won 2 straight races, but Poolby never could get above the top 35. And TJ Friend, I believe, did win a race, but he wasn't really. No, he didn't win a race because he would have made the chase. He just wasn't. Or no, it was Ramian Fisher. He just wasn't really all that competitive. I think he might have won a race in the chase. I can't even remember, guys.
That team definitely got a boost from this previous season, though.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
there were teams ahead of them that jumped them. RPM, DEI, and Penske definitely, I would say, outperformed Red Bull, which made us the decision to 96 a little more pliable.
Yeah. And if you wonder why I stopped talking right there, I was reading chat. But I'm surprised we have this many viewers right now, considering it's almost 1 a.m. Eastern time. It's almost midnight Central time. It's like almost 10 p.m. in the Pacific and all that. Pacific time. So thank you guys for watching this late at night on a Thursday night. That's pretty cool. But anyways, the guaranteed ride. So Keith Stevens, you got a guaranteed ride with oof. I look over and he's staring at me. Keith Stevens, you got a guaranteed ride with Red Bull. Glenn Dewitt, and this is Glenn Dewitt this time, not Gustav Odenberg, it's actually Glenn Dewitt. Could we quickly mention Glenn Dewitt? Did he run? Hold on, I need to check something real quick. Who got?
What are you thinking of?
Okay, no. I was checking trucks something. But last season in both trucks and amateur, Donovan Dewitt got second in points, and both series. Glenn Dewitt in amateur got second in points. So a Dewitt thing to do is just get second in amateur points, man. Hopefully he has as good of a season next season in Premier as Donovan did, as they will be teammates because Glenn Dewitt's got a guaranteed ride for Team Penske, and Donovan Dewitt does as well. Landon Finway, he doesn't have a guaranteed ride for Penske. He has a guaranteed ride for Brad Keselowski Racing, which is a satellite team. So basically Team Penske, just a little bit worse stats. Landon Finway will be Glenn Dewitt's teammate at Brad Keselowski Racing. Gustav Odenberg has a guaranteed ride with RCR because Kevin Harvick Incorporated is not going to be in the Premier Series. So Gustav got a major boost right there. And then Kyle Mest is going to be another addition to RCR alongside Glenn Dewitt. Damn, I wrote Glenn Dewitt right there. I thought that was trucks I did that. I guess not. That's what I was thinking of. But Gustav Odenberg and Kyle Mest both got guaranteed rides with RCR. Along with, who all has guaranteed rides for RCR? David Strait in trucks, moving up to the 3.
Nick Flood and
Go ahead.
Randolph have the guaranteed spots from Cup. So
yeah, so the 3 is going to be David Strait. The 29 is going to be Nick Flood, who has a lifetime guarantee in that car since he won the Season 5 championship. Tim Randolph made the chase, so he's got a guaranteed ride in the 30. The 31 is going to be Kyle Mest, and the 33 is going to be Gustav Odenberg. So that team is full before the sign-ups even happen, which is really cool in my opinion. Those who have a guaranteed ride in amateur series next season, Caitlin Wilhelm for Rich Payne Motorsports, who's going to be one of the best teams realistically. I don't know if we've talked about that.
Watch out for RPM, man. They're going to be scary next year.
In Season 4, RPM season ever in the Premier Series, because amateur series is kind of new compared to Premier. Season 1, 2, 3, I don't think Rich Payne Motorsports was in 4. Or they weren't in 3 and they came back in 4. I don't know. They skipped out a season because they were terrible. They were actually so bad. And then they go and win the Premier Series championship. They win multiple races. They basically swept at the start of the season and the ending of the season. So Caitlin Wilhelm can have a guaranteed ride with Petty next season in amateur if she wants it, or she can go for that new Petty third car in Premier Series. Spoiler alert. Richard Sweet has a guaranteed ride with RCR in the amateur series next season, as does David Cervantes and Damian Stone. And Wilhelm Scholz has a guaranteed ride with Robert H. Racing if they so choose to accept it. The other chasers from 11th through 17th, you don't get a guaranteed ride because we'll run out of rides. Anything else you'd like to mention about the guaranteed rides part before we move on?
Nope. I think you hit it on the head.
What about you, Nick? You've been awfully quiet.
No, I'm just quiet.
Someone who's so
conversation.
ambitiously wanted to do a podcast.
Yeah, guys, we only streamed this tonight. It was so late, I didn't think anyone would watch. We only streamed this tonight because Nick was yelling at us to hurry up. So I'm glad he's just here enjoying the podcast like a viewer and not really as like a guest. But you know what's cool? I guess he got to announce his new team. He also, not today because, hey guys, that person in the chat, that is my roommate Damien. If you want to go subscribe to his channel, you really don't have to. I'm just saying that. But if you want to subscribe to his channel, there it is. He is a bro member, so there's that.
I would kind of ill-advise that decision.
Damn, I was gonna say now. Oh yeah. Potentially tomorrow, Nick Ventura, or Nick, who's this guy. Hi Nick, how you doing? He might have an announcement tomorrow. That's not gonna happen today. And like I said way early on, in case you just joined, the Premier Series stream tomorrow is going to be way earlier than this one. This was like a last minute deal, just testing everything. By the way, people in stream, I asked this like 30 minutes ago. Can you quickly update us on how the stream is right now? Like the audio and like, there's nothing really moving, so it's kind of hard for it to lag. But the audio, how's the audio? Thanks. Love you. But if that's all we're going to talk about, the guaranteed rides. I had something else to talk about, but I can't remember now. anything else you guys like to mention about the Amateur Series Season 4 as a whole?
I guess I can announce. I don't know how many people saw it on Twitter, but I guess what would it be? The fail that was the Cup Series, the Premier Series experiment with Kesey Motorsports, and the terribleness of Chevy. Yeah, I guess we'll say it now. We are withdrawing from Premier. Chevy sucks. Just want to put that out there. If you are with Chevy, thinking about making a team with Chevy, I highly ill-advise. Terrible idea. So RCR, I couldn't even get more than 2 cars out on the track. The other 2 were always getting piston problems or engines, headers going down. Rest of the teams were getting nothing. So all the other Chevy teams weren't good. Maybe DI was all right. But yeah, we couldn't sustain a Premier Series ride, so we're gone. And we've jumped ship and signed with Volkswagen down in Amateur.
I mean, you are okay. Let's cut the BS. It's no secret. Select is Ryan Kesey. Before we get onto that little part, in case you didn't notice, he didn't help commentate the Premier Series race because it wouldn't be realistic. That's why Nick doesn't commentate Premier Series races anymore. So Premier Series next season is going to be just me. Maybe someone else who's not in Premier wants to help out. That would be amazing because I much prefer recording with someone else. It's just kind of more fun that way. So there's that. That's why he's always totally not biased against Kesey Motorsports. But anyways, Kesey Motorsports was already with Volkswagen last season in Amateur. So you didn't really just sign with him. You signed an extension.
Well, I mean, we locked it down. We were making some moves. I thought about Ford, but I think we're gonna go Volkswagen, and we're changing the 37 to the 63. And we're keeping the 78.
Can we just mention how you are changing everything about your best running team with Marcus Sacchi? Like the 78 got 36th in points.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Makes sense.
I don't know. I just don't like the number 37. I don't know why I picked it, but it was something different.
Hey man, I'm not judging. It's interesting. So Nick, you have anything else to mention about Amateur Season 4?
I just want to go back a little bit before when Kesey was talking about them RCR Chevy engines. I can totally vouch for those misfires, but
they sucked.
Yeah, they did, but I'm the only one that had problems, I felt, with RCR. I felt RCR was the big culprit of these Chevy engines, so hopefully my Xfinity team will do a lot better, and our personal engine specialists can do a lot better than RCR did. Not bashing too hard on RCR. They give me a good run this past 2 years, so gotta thank them.
I think they went full on for Nick Flood, hoping he could win it. That's what it seemed like, at least. 3 wins.
Yeah, it totally was. But I'm not spoiling anything behind the scenes. That's for them, and for them for another day. So, all right.
All right, so my roommate was distracting me right there. So hopefully what you said was really good. I couldn't hear you because he was being weird. But how about them Chevy engines, huh? Yeah. All right, cool. Awkward. So that's basically it for the Amateur Series Season 4 stuff. We're not ending the stream yet. We're gonna keep going until the top of the hour. So about 11 more minutes, 10 and a half. So I don't really know if we're gonna take questions. Like that's not egotistical. But if anyone has anything to say in chat, like you want to know about next season or mention something from this past season, feel free. We will talk about it. We've kind of been not really ignoring the chat. We wanted to get what we wanted to say out there while keeping an eye on the chat, interacting with the chat when we could. But now's the time we're gonna be full on messing with the chat, and we're gonna show off the what the fuck? My neighbors are up right now apparently. We're gonna show off the Discord server now. That's cool. Hopefully it doesn't start lagging. I have a friend request. Okay, I just showed off my friends that are online. That's lit. Apparently Erica Costello just sent me a friend request. All right.
That's Brad Stover's account.
Is that?
Yeah.
Okay. Brad, I will accept your
friend
request.
Brad Stover. Hi, Tingle, but don't worry, my Discord name.
Hi, Ki girl. I don't know what Ki guy.
How the hell do I add this person?
Go
How do
up
you
top.
accept a friend request? There you are, right
Up
there.
top. Yeah.
You're freaking sharing screens in my damn way. Alright, there we go. Cool. Let's show off the BORA, the Discord that Jay Jefferson made. That is amazing. You can stop sharing screens now if you want.
All right.
Oh man, thank God. Okay, there we go. So don't mind what Select says in chat. Like, I don't know what this is about. I didn't even see that till just now. That's cool. So
Selecting his subreddits.
yeah. So this is the general talk stuff. This is where people can just go and talk. Mostly it's just Ryan Kesey, or Select, as you can see. We got a little NASCAR talk here that Zachary Fitzwater has been updating us with, and I've actually really enjoyed that part. Sports talk, ain't no one using that. Not yet, at least. Gaming, no one's used. Memes, we've seen a couple memes here. And then the bot room, these guys really enjoy this. I haven't really figured it out too much. But the meat and the potatoes of the thing, we have a subsection for the Premier Series, which is cool. We had a lot of people talking in there. That's cool. The Amateur Series, haven't really seen as much. Because, well, I mean, it was the Amateur Series, our least popular series. Cool. And then we have a tweets thing, which I'm sure this part gets annoying if you have notifications on, because I tweeted a lot today. And Jay Jefferson has this linked to the thing. Like, this is basically all from today. That's pretty cool. So that is the Discord. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. We haven't actually gone into the voice channels. We haven't done that yet.
I mean, I have. You refused to join.
Well, because we were going to talk about BORA stuff, and I didn't want to, in case someone joined, I didn't want, spoilers to get out, because, not really even spoilers, but like.
All right, I get you.
It's top secret, fam. You know what I'm saying? Also,
I mean,
Jay Jefferson Gamer bought some really kick-ass names. That's cool. That is cool. What were you going to say?
You want to, well, nothing's announced, but do you want to, like, talk about kind of what we're doing this offseason? We got a lot of things planned.
Yeah, but don't go into specifics until I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, no. Last offseason we ran IROC, and that was really the only thing we did. That and streaming. But this time we've kind of got some more ideas, some things personal to the series and some of the drivers, and just kind of make it a little more interesting of an offseason. Kind of learn some more about some of the people who are in our series. Just some of the things that have happened over the years, kind of things we've seen. These podcasts, hoping we can do them weekly. It's the plan. Probably not gonna happen.
We're definitely gonna do it weekly. If we stream it, I feel like we'll definitely stick with a weekly thing. It's a lot more fun that way, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I think as we get closer to the season, maybe after signups, we hit that week, and we can kind of go through and make our predictions on the season. Things like that. So we got a lot of things planned for the off season and before the season starts to kind of keep the channel, I guess, alive. Because outside of IROC, during the last couple off seasons, it kind of feels a little dead time.
Yeah, IROC is coming back. That's a given. We've done that the past 2 seasons. That's always really fun. It's gotten a lot of support from the viewers. Even people who aren't in the IROC series really like the series. So that's cool. We're definitely going to keep that going without a doubt. I do see Sumet and Brad are having a nice conversation in the Discord right now in the Premier Series subsection, which is cool. But yeah, IROC is coming back. I know what you meant now about the off-season plans. I will just throw this out there right now. The first video we are doing of the first... Should I even... No, I'm not going to tell you guys. No. It's going to be a cool video, though. I'm not going to tell you in case something goes wrong and I don't get to it right off the bat. But it's going to be a cool video. It's going to be a top 10 from BORA. I'm not going to tell you what kind in case something happens and I change it. But it's going to be a BORA top 10. I'm going to do a couple of those this offseason, not weekly, because honestly, that it's taken me a lot to get like the stuff we're putting in the top 10. We've uploaded obviously, I goofed and deleted everything from Premier Season 1 through 3, Amateur Season 1. I deleted all that because I thought we were done with offline leagues. Should have stuck to our guns on that. But, anyways, so any of the stuff that's going to be in these videos is only from Premier Season 4. Alright, bud. From Premier Season 4, Amateur Season 2, and Truck Season 1. And the brief stint we had in IndyCars. Season 1, I don't think we did. I don't know. Season 2. I think I deleted season 1 of the Vodafone F1 series. If you guys remember that Throwback Thursday. So that's cool. Those stuff will make the top 10s.
You want to go even further? Throwback Vodafone F1 series.
I just said that.
I didn't hear it.
Oh yeah, the Vodafone F1 series. Yeah, season 2. My mic probably cut out right there, honestly. But yeah. So the top 10 is gonna be really cool. You guys can give suggestions with those. One of the obvious ones is do top 10 BORA crashes. That's not happening because if you look at like Pocono, you look at Phoenix, you look at Daytona, you look at Atlanta, you look at Indy, for example, there's usually multiple big wrecks that, how do you judge something like, it's not like real life where there might be one flip in a season. It's not a BORA race if there's not a random flip. So it's hard to rank those. Like, how do you rank it? By how many cars are in it? I'm not going to pause it and count, and I'm not going to watch every race because from season 4 of the Premier Series to now, that's 75 races. And then you throw in amateur from season 2 to season 4, and then truck seasons 1 through 3. That's a lot of races. And then you throw in F1 and IndyCar.
I can give you a solid 6 crashes. That should be on there.
Yeah. Okay, Nick, I'm gonna need you to stop. If you guys don't, Nick is liking tweets right now, and it's getting on my nerves.
Just.
Well, I was doing that on Instagram earlier. Did you get any notifications for that?
I did, actually.
I think it was 100 plus
I had
or so.
over 100 Instagram notifications. So.
You're welcome, buddy.
I don't even know what I was talking about because my phone turned into a vibrator. So, I
didn't even finish it.
Could you zoom into the chat?
Just give suggestions, I guess. Oh God. For the top.
No,
10s.
but I got something I want to talk to you off stream about. So.
Ooh, now I'm intrigued. All right, well, thank you guys for it. Now, we'll end it in a couple minutes though.
I got a couple ideas while sitting here. So.
I don't think we can zoom into the chat. I don't think we can. I'm not really sure how to work Discord, honestly.
Control plus.
Zoom in, but I don't.
Whoa! Is that zoomed in enough for you?
I can sit far waiting for the screen to catch up.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, wow! Now, how do I zoom out? Control minus?
Control minus.
Holy
the
crap!
the
Nick
left
actually
button.
came in clutch.
Do you know how to work a computer?
I don't know. All right.
Big text. Yes, very big.
So we're gonna start wrapping.
I think Engelfeld's blind.
We're gonna start wrapping up the. Oh damn. There you go. That's perfect. We're gonna start wrapping up the stream here in a couple minutes. We'll give it another 2 more minutes. So if anyone wants to talk about something really quickly, now's your chance. Okay, I'm so glad you wanted to talk about something. All right. So imagine it now.
I'm just excited for the off season because there's going to be a lot of new things coming in for next season. So even though it's the off season for us, it's not going to be the off season. We're gonna, especially you two, you guys are going to do a lot of work, and it's going to be excited to see what's going to come out of this season into next season.
Honestly, it's weird. I've made it no secret that this was a long season. Guys, we started this season in February, but we've been working on it since December. Sign-ups for this season went up in December. Select kind of screwed us by making us wait till February because of the AutoZone ARCA series. You guys remember that? We waited on him to do the AutoZone ARCA series, and he just didn't. So I was like,
well,
right,
I mean, I put a good 3 weeks of effort into that. But
And
OBS
then you just quit?
Yeah, OBS
what just happened?
OBS looks at NR 2003 and goes, "Yeah, we ain't working together, pal." And that what about that experiment?
But anyways, yeah. So since I think signups, I had obviously 100 notifications on Instagram earlier, and I was looking at seeing what Nick went and liked, and I just kind of scrolled all the way to the bottom, see where he started it, and he liked almost every damn picture. But something caught my eye, and it was of a screenshot of an alarm, and I was like, what was that? And I looked at it, and it was apparently set for 2 p.m. in the afternoon. and the caption on it, or of the alarm, was, "Bruh, it's almost CO DPS sign-up time." And I was like, cool. And that was on December 17th. So it's October 19th right now, because it's exactly midnight. That was just over 10 months ago. Super long season. A lot of work went into this season, honestly. Each season, BORA has gotten bigger and bigger in terms of just like what we've done. Season 4 was super blank, equal ratings, only 42 cars, 1 paint scheme per car. And then Season 5 kind of moved up, added multiple paint schemes for cars. I guess that's basically it. Season 6, we added ratings, paint schemes, LCQs. Even had a brief stint for the rookie rides and the all-star rides, if you guys remember that. That was the season. That was a long time ago.
That was so long ago.
Yeah, so there's been a long season. A lot of work went into it. And Season 7 of the Premier Series, Season 5 of the Amateur Series is only going to be bigger and better. It's going to be a lot different. Amateur is not going to be just a weakling clone of the Premier Series anymore. We got plans now. So, that's it for that part. Oh, boy.
Before we go, I just want to say that, you know how we've been adding on BORA every year, and I don't think it's like too much or too little. I think it's just like good, and it's keep moving up the series, and I think it's good for the series. I don't think it's just
keeps fresh.
Making it better. Yeah, definitely keeping it fresh. Make people come back, see what's new.
We have outside of just our rating system we implemented.
I think that was a big help.
Yeah, I came up. I'll take responsibility personally. I don't care what you say. That was absolutely my idea, but it was just more interesting to kind of see, like a different level of teams instead of just watching everyone kind of an equal chance, and then one week you're good, and the next week someone's way better than you, but you're also the same ratings. And it wasn't really that interesting. But now you have kind of like guys can go on runs. So a couple guys get 3+ win seasons this year, so that's always interesting. But for next season, with the ratings,
You sure you want to wait till tomorrow's stream?
No, I've suggested
we won't have much to talk about tomorrow.
No, I'm not gonna say exactly what it is, but I've suggested a couple more ideas, so we'll talk about them more tomorrow. But we've definitely got a little bit more ideas to kind of make the flexibility of each driver a little more interesting. I'll guess I'll leave it at that. We'll bring that up tomorrow.
Yeah. I had something else I was gonna mention, but damn it, you cut me off. Can you remember now? Whatever it is, I'll mention it in tomorrow's stream. So, I think that's gonna be it. I'd say this second episode of the podcast was a success. It was a lot more fun doing it live.
Yeah, it was.
And we actually had a pretty steady amount of viewers. Like, we didn't drop down to none, like, at all. We had between 6 and 10 the whole way. So that's pretty cool. So, hopefully this podcast keeps getting bigger and bigger. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let us know, man, if you guys enjoyed it live or if you enjoyed it better, just in an actual video form. This will be a video afterwards if you want to watch it. It's going to be kind of weird because we kind of go all over the place. Probably not tomorrow's episode because we're going to be talking about the BORA points and all that. But maybe in future episodes because I want to make this weekly, maybe even 2 times a week if we actually have something to talk about. Maybe we could have guests, maybe Jay Jefferson, the man who's done more work than I have for BORA the past couple weeks. Maybe he can join, or I think Alexander Rose in the Discord. I can't see who's in here because it's too damn zoomed in so much.
Alexander
we
Rowe.
have Amy, we have Alexander Rowe, Carter Friesen, Jay Jefferson, Nathan Stapleton, Riley Spurley, Zach Fitzwater Sr. Maybe we can get one of them on in the next episode. I don't know, maybe someone watching the stream that's not in here yet. That'd be cool. I would love to have Otto Belmont on because of his historic run. Won 4 of the 10 chase races and the championship. That's historic, so yeah. But just to end it, once again, please be sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter and join the Discord. Yeah. So you guys want to have any final words?
I'm just excited for tomorrow's stream.
Yeah, so look out for tomorrow's stream, announcing some other bigger plans, I could say.
Yeah, and tomorrow's stream will be, like I said, way earlier. We had a much better time, not 1 a.m. Thanks, Damien. I hope you guys could hear that. That's a perfect way to end it. It'll be at a lot better time. I want to thank you guys for joining. Remember, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, at BrosAura, and then at BloverBros on Instagram. Join the Discord. We'll put a link in the actual comments of the video once it's up. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.